Welcome back to Speech Time. In this video, we will be diving into strategies for impromptu speech, specifically for the Canadian system of speech competitions. This is commonly thought of as the scariest of speech categories, but today we're going to help make it a little less daunting.
In impromptu speech, you get a topic you really didn't prepare for, which means you also can't write a script for it. You're usually given a few minutes just to think about it, and then you present for a few more minutes. This topic could be anything, and you don't really get any time to search things up or practice.
Before you totally panic, you should know that impromptu speech was my go-to category for over 6 years. Due to its loose nature, it was a lot of fun. It taught me valuable lessons about convincing people and thinking on my feet. In life, you don't always get time to prepare, and that doesn't mean there aren't strategies that can help you succeed.
On that note, let's dive into the topics. Impromptu topics are really diverse. It could be a word like blue, or a quote such as money doesn't give you happiness, or even an open-ended topic like my biggest concern for the future is. But don't worry, these topics don't have to be your biggest concern for much longer.
Since you don't get a computer or access to anything not already in your brain, you need to delve into your own life experiences, interesting books you've read, school projects, and volunteer experiences. Even without statistics, you've probably experienced happiness or a concern for the future or seen a cool blue painting or a story about something blue. Break down the topic into what makes sense and start making connections to things you already know. In addition, when organizing your speech, you can definitely try your own structure, but competitors tend to stick to 3 main points. So if the topic is about the importance of reading, your 3 main points could be 1. Reading helps with schoolwork, 2. Reading exposes people to new ideas, and 3. Reading is a valuable hobby. You can use one large example to prove all the points and link all the points to it continuously, or many smaller examples for each point to prove why your main ideas are important. The key is to make points that are strong, relatable, and easily remembered.
Keep in mind that you only have 5 minutes. Make every single sentence count and keep your examples short. Make sure that you convince the audience of every single point and keep them entertained. In impromptu, you don't really have a lot of time to switch tones, so as a beginner, we suggest that you try and stick to humorous or formal tones. With a bit of practice, you'll begin filling the 5 minutes easily. Remember to pace yourself and not to throw too much or too little at the audience. Coming up with the main point seems hard, but use the topic as inspiration. If the topic is, for example, my biggest concern for the future, say what the concern is and then use your 3 main points to prove why.
So what impromptu speech really boils down to is how many examples and connections can you create between the topic and your own life that would make sense to an audience. This is a really fun category, so try to remember the key thing we try to teach on this channel, which is fake it till you make it. In impromptu, your delivery, how confident you are in the points you come up with, is the most important thing. So go in there with really confident body language and don't worry about formulating the most innovative points. That level of comfort with the time limit and the topic, that comes with time and practice. And the key here is to make sure that your speech is as engaging and controlled as possible. So keep it short and sweet and focus on execution and delivery. So make sure you really touch on everything and that you've made the best, most logical connections possible between your examples, your points, and your topic.
Over time, begin experimenting with catchy intros and maybe add a short summary at the end of your speech. And remember, an intro can be anything: a cool fact, the beginning of an anecdote, a quote, or just anything to hook your audience. We hope these strategies will help you feel prepared for your very first impromptu round. Remember to keep your cool and have fun. Impromptu will train your brain to think quickly and eloquently, so don't be afraid to learn these new skills. Thanks for joining us today on Speech Time. We hope these tips helped you, and we hope to see you again soon on our channel.